In this video, let's talk about the stocks that we are looking at for this week. We got a bunch of amazing, great setups, both for stocks, long-term wise, as well as short call options. So we want to go over here. Let's get started over here with the economic calendar. We don't have much going on this week, but we have to watch out for catalyst and uncertainty because we always are going to be having news over technical analysis. The technical analysis might look as good as it might, but any news during after hours can just tank the market and things like that. Now, before on Friday last week, when the market closed, we did get some news that affected the market. We dropped around 1.2%. We're climbing back up here on the futures, but these catalysts are just coming and going, and we really have to be expected for anything happen. Now, this catalyst itself is talking about the rising debt. Rising debt is inevitable. $37 trillion is what we are approaching, and that is just going to be good for things like gold and Bitcoin, which are technologies and tools that can help you protect yourself from inflation and protect you from something that just prints money and steals your dollars. So that is what gold and Bitcoin are for, especially with gold at $21 trillion market cap and Bitcoin is at $2 trillion market cap. There's a reason why Bitcoin is my biggest investment position, okay, over 6 figures on Bitcoin. So just a quick update on that. But let's get started over here for the technical analysis for the market. Now, we have the S&P 500 over here, had an incredible run as tariffs are kind of going away. Things are settling down. We had those trips in the Middle East, huge investments from those Middle Eastern countries, and we could see that the RSI is something that I want to take a look at. We are definitely overbought, and we have to be very careful over here. Now, typically when the RSI does top, we have this sort of sideward price action for S&P 500. So this is sort of what I am expecting, where we might have a red day, green day, red day, green day, and then all-time highs is our target. So all-time highs, everyone is watching this level. A lot of stocks have hit all-time highs and a lot of stocks are not. And in this video, we have a bunch of stocks that we're going to be talking about that are really lagging behind. And the first one is Apple. Apple is really lagging behind over here. And we know typically summer is very bullish for Apple. Now, I made a whole video on Apple stocks, so make sure to watch that if you have not already, because I don't want to go too in deep into the technical analysis. I went over a lot of amazing stuff in the Apple video, things of technical analysis and things that I've put in the course that we have on our Discord. But simply, we are breaking the downtrend over here and we are looking for a breakout. The number that we are watching for Apple is above $215. If we can close above $215 or right around this area and enter this gap, we have broken the downtrend, and then our price target is going to be $224. So that is what I'm watching simply for Apple. We have to be above 215 and we need to be above 205. Okay, so we just need to be trading below this level of support, and we really need to close above, especially for this week on our Apple calls. And our price target is 224. So this is going to be our number one play. We are already in Apple calls. Make sure to watch that video if you have not already. I'm not going to go too in deep in here, but that is it for Apple stock. Now, next we have Snapchat. We are swinging Snapchat stock. And this setup is just amazing for stock options. Just stock, no options. Because with options, you really have to predict the future. You have to predict where the stock is going to be. And then you have the time holding you accountable, where you have to really predict exactly when it's going to go up. So with Snapchat, I'm just in shares, and this is a really just laid back play where we got shares at the lowest it has ever been for Snapchat history, really the lowest it has ever been. We want to buy low, we want to sell high. And we had a bunch of these setups before, like Roblox and something like Coinbase, something like SoFi, Palantir. A lot of these stocks with very similar patterns, and we can see that Snapchat is really just repeating that pattern. So we want to buy low, we want to sell high, and especially with the risk to reward, it is just amazing. We're talking about at least a 40% gain. We can definitely expect over 100% gain on stock. But I definitely want to get out early. I'm taking a look at 40%, risking 15% max to make 40% gain. So the risk to reward is amazing, and it's on stock. So definitely an amazing play. Next we have AI, which has a very similar setup. Now this is C3 AI. I'm honestly not too sure what it does, but if it is in the AI field, it's definitely going to catch a lot of attention. Like back in the day, you guys remember like 2021, we had the whole marijuana trend, or 2022, 2021, we had the Tesla trend. Not Tesla, but all EVs, like every EV company. So with AI, we sort of have this hype trend. And the technical analysis looks good where I can just buy low here, and same with Snapchat, ride it to the upside, and we are already up a nice amount on here. But again, we're talking about 40% on shares alone, potentially 80%, and we're risking like 20%. So the risk to reward looks nice, but the chart does really look nice, and I just love that it is a share option. So we're playing stock shares with options, especially with any catalyst, any random news, tariff news, our option can just expire worthless. So next we have Google. This is another option play. It's very similar to Apple. So Google is very similar to Apple, but the thing about Google is that it kind of broke out of its ascending triangle, but we really need to hold this level. Okay, we need to hold this level for Google. We did break out. I did enter in call options for Google, but our price target is 173. The contracts that we got were really good. We're talking about 100% returns on the Discord. If you have not already, make sure to join the Discord, link in the description. But we can see 173 for Google over here, and man, it just looks good. Just make sure to watch the Apple video, because I was going to talk about the Heikin-Ashi stuff, the whole trend thing, but I already made a video on that. Just make sure to watch that. But it just looks amazing. Don't want to go too in deep because I already talked about it. But next we got Macy's. Very similar to the Snapchat play and the AI play, but this one is even better. We're talking about long-term play. It's more of a long-term play. Just take a look at the technical analysis over here. Take a look at the RSI, man. Really, the stock has been the lowest it has ever been, and we played this, I believe it was 2 years ago. So especially with Macy's, Christmas and the holidays is going to be an amazing time for Macy's. We do have summer coming up, a lot of mall shopping, going outside and whatnot. So I just think the technical analysis looks good. Let me know what you guys think. But definitely taking a look at a more of a long-term trend. Again, we're talking about like a 3-decade support, which is absolutely insane. Now next we have Target. Okay, I've never talked about Target stock. So Target looks incredible because it has been just in a downtrend, and it has been just brutal for Target stock, down over 65% from all-time highs, and we could see that it approached a pretty nice level of support. So we do have a nice level of support, which was a previous level of resistance, and then we also have the RSI. The RSI is just looking absolutely amazing over here. The RSI is at the lowest it has ever been. Take a look at the monthly time frame. It just looks absolutely amazing. 2015 levels. Let me know what you guys think about Target, but definitely a good long-term pick. If you guys do enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Make sure to leave a like. Follow on X, SundayStockTalk.com for the newsletter, and see you guys later in the Discord at Market Open. Bye. Take care.